Hello everyone, my name is Shivani. I'm a Canadian licensed immigration consultant and I'm also the founder of Zeste Immigration Services Incorporation. We have proudly launched this initiative to offer free French language lessons to help on your Canadian immigration journey right here on this very YouTube channel. As you may know, French is becoming a key factor in Canadian immigration, and many programs now provide easier or faster pathways if you have strong French skills. Whether you're aiming for a Canadian work permit, direct permanent residency from within Canada or your home country to Canada, or looking to boost your CRS or PNP scores, French can open many doors. That's why we are committed to providing full French training from level A1 to C2, from beginner to advanced level, completely free of charge on this platform, on this very YouTube channel. We will be uploading videos regularly, so be sure to subscribe and stay tuned and watch each lesson to get most benefit from this opportunity. This entire series is our way of supporting you on your immigration path, and your support means the world to us in return. Thank you, and let's learn French together for a brighter future in Canada. Keep watching this video to continue with your French lesson. All the very best for this lesson and many more to come.
So lesson 13's lesson objectives are to revise the agreement rules for adjectives, to learn how to form simple comparisons, and understand how superlatives work in French. So first we're going to start with the adjectives, which we've seen a bit already. Adjectives, they agree with their noun in gender and number. So, ils s'accordent en genre et en nombre avec le nom. So, when you have an adjective, it's going to describe a noun. So, a person, a thing, an area. In French, adjectives agree with their noun en genre, so masculin, féminin, ou en nombre, singulier, pluriel. So they agree with the noun that they qualify. So the noun that they're speaking of. For example, un sac lourd, a heavy bag. So the adjective, which is lourd, agrees with the noun sac in gender and number, so masculin, singulier. But une valise lourde, now lourd just became lourde because it is feminine, féminin singulier. It's a heavy suitcase. Des sacs lourds is multiple heavy bags. Sac is masculin pluriel, so lourd is going to become masculin pluriel as well. So we're going to add the S at the end of lourd. Des valises lourdes. Now you have the feminine. So we took lourd, turned it feminine, made it lourde, and then turned it pluriel and made it lourde with an S. So that is still heavy suitcases, but in French, because we have masculine and feminine, it changes things a bit. Now the rules are, you add an E for the feminine, unless the adjective already ends with an E. You add S for plural, so pour féminin, S pour pluriel. And you double the final consonant and you add an E for certain adjectives. For example, bon, you double that last consonant, which is your N, so now, and you add an E, so it becomes bun. Okay? When you make it feminine. So for example, if you have a rapide, okay, so fast. In masculine, it ends with an E already. So you don't change anything for feminine, it's spelled both the same way. But curious is curieux ou curieuse. So masculin is curieux, féminin, curieuse. So you took out the X and you added SE. Active is actif ou active. So masculin is actif, féminin active. Italien, italien pour masculin singulier, italienne pour féminin singulier. So we doubled the consonant at the end, which is the N, and then added an E, which made Italienne. Dreamy. In French, we say rêveur ou rêveuse, which is very similar to curieux, curieuse. For rêveur is masculin singulier. We took out the R, added SE for the féminin of rêveuse. New. New in French is nouveau or nouvelle. So masculin is nouveau, féminin is nouvelle. Now, if you're talking about good, big, and big. So good and good, which would be masculin, féminin, is bon and bonne. Double up the consonant, add an E. Okay, gros and grosse, the same thing. Big and big. Gros is masculin, grosse féminin. Double the last consonant and add an E. So now let's look at the comparatives. So les comparatifs. So les comparatifs, in a general rule of thumb, is that you add plus, moins, aussi, plus the adjective, and then que. Okay? So for example, Matthew is faster than Lucas. Mathieu est plus rapide que. So we added plus, and then you got rapide que. Matthew is faster than Lucas. Emma is as kind as Chloe. In French, we would say Emma est aussi gentille que Chloe. So gentil is your adjective. We added plus, moins, ou aussi, and then que at the end. Mon sac est moins lourd que ton sac. So my bag is less heavy than your bag. Now with an adverb, avec un adverbe, it'll look something like this. He speaks more clearly than I do. In French, we would say, il parle plus clairement que moi. So that would be your adverb. Now there are some irregular comparatives. Donc des comparatifs irréguliers. So the adjective or adverb is bon ou bonne. You're not going to say est plus bonne ou moins bonne. You're going to say meilleur, whether it finishes with an R or you add an E at the end, depending if it's feminine or masculine. And that translation is better. So when someone is plus bon que toi, which is better than you, you're not going to follow the rule. You're going to use meilleur. Mauvais ou mauvaise. So at the same time, it's if they're worse than you, you're going to say il ou elle est pire or plus mauvais. Now, plus mauvais would be, it wouldn't necessarily mean bad. It's when you're trying to convey that somebody is meaner than you. It would be plus mauvais. Worse would be pire. Bien. You won't say something is plus bien or aussi bien or moins bien que than something else. So you're going to use mieux, which is better. Okay, or well. So if you're talking about, how do you feel? I felt worse. Now je me sens mieux. I feel better. I feel well. For example, ce gâteau est meilleur que l'autre. The cake is better than the other one. We wouldn't have said ce gâteau est plus bon que l'autre. Il se sent mieux aujourd'hui. He feels better today. Sa condition est pire qu'avant. His condition is worse than before. So we wouldn't have put plus mauvais or moins mauvais or aussi mauvais. Okay, it's pire. Superlatives. So les superlatifs. So the general formula is le, la, or les, plus ou moins, then the adjective. So for example, masculin singulier, it's c'est le plus grand animal du zoo. It's the biggest animal in the zoo. Féminin singulier, c'est la plus belle peinture ici. It's the most beautiful painting here. Masculin pluriel, ce sont les plus célèbres acteurs. They are the most famous actors. Féminin pluriel, ce sont les plus petites maisons. These are the smallest houses. So bon, mauvais, bien are les superlatifs irréguliers. So we see the adjective or the adverb that we're using. When we use bon and bonne, it's le, la, les meilleurs. So the best. When we use mauvais or mauvaise, it's le, la, les pires, for the worst. And bien is le mieux, which is the best. For example, elle a les meilleures idées. She has the best ideas. C'est le pire jour de l'année. It's the worst day of the year. So now I would like you to translate these sentences in French by using the skills we've just learned. So let's start by number 1. Lucas is the most talented. Lucas is the most talented. You're right, Lucas est le plus talentueux. The house is less modern than the apartment. The house is less modern than the apartment. La maison est moins moderne que l'appartement. This is the least interesting film. How would you translate that in French? This is the least interesting film. Yes, c'est le film le moins intéressant. I choose the most colorful shoes. I choose the most colorful shoes. Je choisis les chaussures les plus colorées. Last but not least, I pick the least sweet bananas. I pick the least sweet bananas. That's right. Je choisis les bananes les moins sucrées. So now if I said, ma cousine est plus calme que mon frère, mais mon oncle est le plus calme. Ma cousine est plus calme que mon frère, mais mon oncle c'est le plus calme. That is, my cousin is calmer than my brother, but my uncle is the calmest.